Meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
I'll move to approve.
Minutes have been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Discussion and possible action on claims.
The claims amounts tonight are $569,303.56.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, claims have been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Number 3 or 4 rather, discussion and possible action on operators licenses.
Tonight, you're being asked to recommend approving the issuance of 27 regular operator licenses contingent on payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city and successful completion of the background check for the period June 21st, 2016 to June 30th, 2018 to Amanda Steiner, Zarek Kubish, Krista Mass, Anki Veer, Andrew Whitehead, Lisa Zeller, Braden Clark, Joshua Hibbard, Thomas Wall, Daniel McCarney, Victoria Marchetti, Michael Kohler, Robin Hubrick, Mark Lamphere, Sarah Reel, Michael Sheedy, Timothy Warnken, Olivia Paulson, Zachary Cook, Benjamin Perkel, Brandon Remus, Madison Davis, Nicole Domke, David Hall, Leah Gratzky, Michael Punzingberger, Matthew Milliman, and 8 temporary operator licenses to Michael Biebold, Holly Schultz, Scott Cameron, Jerry McKenzie, Angela Brown, Pedro Renta, Ryan Schweckler, and Tracy Jenkinson.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Possible action on, discussion possible action on taxi driver's licenses.
This is for recommending the approval of issuance of 2 taxi driver licenses for the period July 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2017 to Robert Mabia and Elijah Amwino, contingent on payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
Move to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Motion to approve with second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on taxi service yearly renewal application for Magina SMV Transport and Taxi LLC, doing business as Magina, am I pronouncing that right? Taxi cab?
I'll
To
move.
approve contingent on receipt of the required certificate of insurance and payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
Okay.
Nicely put. I will second that.
Motion and second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on adoption of bond amounts.
These are a couple items in the ordinance right now that potentially have citations on that did not have bond amounts. So the judge has asked that these be placed into the bond schedule.
Okay. So if I have a chicken and I don't have a license, it's $92.50. Is that the deal?
Yep.
Okay.
And refrigeration.
Right, the abandoned refrigerator is $155.50. So these would just be incorporated then into the existing bond schedule.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve and second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on the application for a retail Class B fermented malt beverage and reserve retail Class B liquor licenses from River Valley Hospitality Center, LLC, doing business as River Valley Hospitality Center.
Any questions?
Are we going to have a discussion about the ordinance in the council?
That's different. This
This
is Class
is
B,
Class B.
Yeah, so. Where is this location?
But
the former golf course.
you
Oh, okay.
might want to make the reservation to review the licensed premises description as you've done in the past with respect to buildings that aren't up yet?
This is up, this is the old golf course, I believe.
But isn't
Correct.
it going to be changed?
I don't know if this includes
Leanne?
the,
Does this, is this the existing building that's there? Are there going to be any additions or changes? No additions or changes or anything? No. Okay.
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 Is this the last license?
Yes, until potentially October. So, yes, this is the last available license for Class B.
I still think you should make that reservation because you don't know on the inside in terms of the description of the licensed premises.
Right. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to approve with Kathy's recommendation.
And the contingencies in the
I'm
With the
sorry,
contingency, yeah.
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion?
Just a comment, are you also approving the extension of the timely startup to October 26th?
Yeah, I'll approve the extension requested. Do we put a review in there at some point, or?
Leanne will monitor that, and if it's,
Okay.
she'll follow up. If they're not open, they'd have to require, you
Yeah,
know,
the ordinance requires them to come back in.
as we've done with other.
Okay.
Okay. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on the awarding of professional services contract for downtown parking analysis and long-term parking strategy, public parking strategy. Denny,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
We received 3 proposals for this long-term parking strategy and implementation, which not only address how to provide for additional parking in downtown Hudson, but also look at the general management of the parking operations. We received 3 proposals, one from Rich and Associates for $36,368 in cost of expenses. We're concerned about the cost of expenses, so I called them and asked if they would consider signing a professional services contract for not to exceed amount of $40,000, which also is the amount of the maximum amount of financing we have between the Chamber and the City of Hudson. Both were contributing $20,000. The proposal that was received from Rich and Associates was the best proposal that we received, most comprehensively addressed the request for proposals that we sent out. I did visit with the Public Works Director from the City of La Crosse. Rich and Associates is on a continuing professional services contract with the City of La Crosse for parking analysis. They've also been very pleased with him, and he is particularly pleased with the analysis that they do in regards to looking at the existing conditions and doing analysis on what's needed in the future. There's 2 other proposals received, one for $26,060 in expenses from Walker Parking Consultants. Unfortunately, that's the closest consulting firm that we received proposals from, but also was the weakest by far of the 3 proposals that we received. They just simply didn't address the full request for proposals, the criteria that we asked for. The next was the Cara Walker proposal, second best proposal for $36,262. That did include an estimated amount of expenses of $2,500. We're recommending I'm talking about the committee that took a look, Blake Fry, President of the Chamber of Commerce, myself, 2 landowners and business owners in the downtown, Andrew Crone from Pier 500, and Pete Foster with, he's got 3 restaurants now.
Parker's.
San Pedro's.
Excuse me. And then Nick Coliani, who's a local resident, but it works for a parking consultant. And he was a great asset to the group in review of this. So our recommendation is to award the professional service contract to Rich and Associates for not to exceed $40,000. I would like some consideration if for some reason we can't, like, we'll ask them to forward a contract for Kathy to review. If that doesn't work out, then rather than bring it back, we'd like to be able to award it to Carl Walker if the contract with Rich and Associates, for whatever reason, doesn't work out. We don't foresee that, but I just really don't want to come back here any more times, and we'd like to get this process started so we can start surveying users this summer, this fall, and then during the winter time, but we get a seasonal review of the parking demands in downtown Hudson.
The city's share is coming out of the parking revenues.
That's correct.
I'll move for approval.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second for approval. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Terry.
So, discussion of possible action on setting date for special meeting regarding possible salary study and/or merit pay system.
2016 budget, council set aside, up to $50,000. Now that Brenda's on board and kind of caught up, I just wanted to know if you'd want to get a meeting set up, kind of a preliminary, where do we want to go, what do we want to do, what do we want to get out of it? And then I've been gathering data and information that I can share that day too, so.
I thought part of the discussion was also on performance.
Well, the merit pay, that's what that is. That would be, yes, that is part of it. Potentially is part of it, yes. Performance reviews are also on the list.
Okay.
That's kind of,
I didn't see that.
well, that's kind of the merit pay under that. Performance review then would lead into potential merit pay system of some kind, so. But that is on the list.
Okay.
So I've been putting together just where do we want to go, what do we want to do, what do you want the end result to be, so. Thought if we could set up a
We
meeting.
talked about this for
Right.
what, a year?
Yeah. So I just wanted to know if there was, when you wanted to set up, I'd like to do it as a special finance meeting, just so we could just focus on that one thing, probably about an hour. So is there a day next week that works?
After Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. How about you, Randy? Tom?
Next week?
You won't be here after Tuesday.
No, anytime after Tuesday will be good.
I can't Wednesday, but I could next Thursday night, the no, you're shaking your head, oh no. The 30th, or
I'll just shoot us some dates.
I'll shoot some dates out and then you can let me know. Okay. And I thought the first meeting was just kind of, so we know if everybody's on the same page, what we want to get out of it, where we're going. And I've gathered, we talked about it a couple of years ago too, so I had some notes from them. I've been working with River Falls. They've been giving me their data, what they use and how they use it, just so you have something to look at. So, all right, I'll send some dates out and then we'll get something set up. Thank you.
But for sometime in the next,
I was hoping before the next council meeting so that we could get the ball rolling on it, and so I know where to go from here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Items for future agendas?
I have one, it's either, come to my attention, either it has or opening or is going to open some kind of wine and spirits store on Buckeye and First. I don't know if we know anything about that.
I don't know if
distillery, I
it's
think.
opened, but yeah, there's a distillery and related.
Yeah, they've been
whatever's
working on that for a very long
authorized
time.
Under the licenses.
Under the state through, kind of like the beer company did. So they
Yeah,
don't
it's
need a
the
license from
Distillery
us.
is a state permit.
They're actually distilling up the old, what's the old brewery that left or got so bought out? There
Well, that's
was-
what I was trying to, yeah, the
They,
beer,
they were there and then this is their tasting room.
Sky Brewery.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Did you want that on another?
No,
agenda?
I'm just making sure that it was,
Whether they need
that
a license or
Oh,
not.
we're
yeah,
aware
no,
of it.
Yep, it went through the state.
They've had to jump through federal and state hoops and now it comes to us shortly, so.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, anything else? Is there a motion?
so moved to adjourn, move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned. Thank you.